Tiki Barber, entrepreneur, NFL legend. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you for having me, brother. It's good to see you again.
Why don't you share with us your current role and responsibilities and the path that put you in this position?
Yeah, my path is long and it's winding, but it's been pretty awesome. Currently, I'm the midday host on WFAN. I went to University of Virginia. I wanted to be an engineer. And then I got distracted by technology. And then I got really good at football. And so halfway through my college career, my path to wanting to work at Oracle or Google shifted towards being an NFL player.
Right.
And it was amazing. I mean, I had a 10-year career with the New York Giants, and I did so many good things on the gridiron, but I had always wanted to walk a separate path. I still wanted to be a great football player, but I wanted to try these other things that were curious to me. And so I got into media, started doing some things at the Yes Network and WCBS and ultimately at Fox News. And when I retired, I had two choices. I could have either stayed in media or tried to become an entrepreneur.
Right.
And I decided to do both.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and worked for the Today Show, but I started a company with Steve Ross in affordable housing. And it was fun. I got to learn a new industry. I was learning how to finance affordable housing units and learning about tax credit equity and borrowing and all these things. Then the market corrected itself and it went away. Tax credit equity went from 95 cents on the dollar to 68 cents on the dollar, and you couldn't finance on the debt side either. And so it was a failed business opportunity. But failure has always been a big part of me recovering and finding my next stage. And so I started another company called Thuzio. So I've had a circuitous route to where I am right now, but it's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of different things.
You're casually saying these things, but if you really think about going to college and wanting to go to Oracle, but you just managed to just become a great football player and then staying in a league and being at the top of that of millions of kids who want to compete, but you compete at the highest level in the greatest city of all time. I'm sorry to say that.
No doubt.
Then after that, you said, I'll just become a broadcaster. It's not easy to become a broadcaster, and everybody thinks they can. After that, I'll just get one of the wealthiest men in the country to invest, and I'm going to get him to invest in affordable housing. This is not easy stuff.
No.
Right? And then, of course, being here with JPMorgan Wealth Management and working in a great system of showing people how, whether you're an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, you still have ways to have your money work for you instead of you working for your money in a huge system that can afford to have anybody work with them.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? How do you get there? How do you do that? Because I'm talking about 4 different careers here, and some people watching are struggling to get to the top of their just one career.
So much of it is relationships. It's who you meet, when you meet them, and how you continue to foster that relationship. I think it's also about surrounding yourself with the right advisors, those who can understand what your goals are. You know, as an athlete, it's a cliche. You sit back, I got to make a goal for myself. I want to be the all-time leading rusher in this season, or I want to rush for 50 touchdowns, whatever the goal may be. You set a goal.
Yeah.
Because the only way to get to that goal is to develop a plan to get there. And so being a professional athlete, I think, helped me understand what not being a professional athlete would be about. What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? What do I want to accomplish? And then finding the steps to get to where I got to. But it's also a lot of hard work, Damon. I mean, it's grinding in the hours that nobody's watching. It's doing things that are unglamorous. The hard work that doesn't get rewarded is probably the most important lesson I've ever learned in my life. How did I know to have advisors? I was lucky because my mom was an ass kicker.
Yeah.
My mom, when we went to University of Virginia, went back to get her master's degree in business administration. And so when it became kind of clear that both me and my identical twin brother were going to go into the NFL, she started interviewing financial advisors, not agents. She started interviewing financial advisors with us so that we could have ourselves financially set. Now, not everybody gets that kind of advice directly from, the woman who brought you into the world and raised us as a single mom. Finding the right catalyst that puts you in the right position to think about everything, not just right now, is what's most important. And that's what helped me.
I agree. And I think that, a lot of families are watching right now. And you just mentioned about families. You have children.
Yeah.
How do you teach your kids these same lessons? Because the kid's not thinking that. They don't want to know about financial intelligence.
Yeah.
I have a little book coming out, Little Damon Learns to Earn. But what I realized was and that the kids and families, they don't get this financial intelligence or literacy. It's just not there given to us, right?
Well, what you're doing is so important. And I'm not saying that flippantly, because kids want to do and read things that they aspire to become. The book that you're writing, which obviously is about you, but it's also about financial literacy, will get people focused on financial literacy. There's not enough of it, especially in the minority communities around this country. So families who know that they have a talented child, or a child that's going to college, or is an entrepreneur, or is starting to make money, that they need to find advice. Advice is the most important thing. Some people wait till later in life, but it doesn't matter when you start. You just have to have those kind of consultant. A
lot of times people think you have to have this massive amount of money. Sometimes, as you go in, there's so many different tools. They can show, you don't need a massive amount of money. You need to save a lot more money. People don't realize that you only start acquiring wealth when you have income that you don't have to work for.
That's right. That's what wealth is when your money is making you money.
I don't want people to feel intimidated like they need $1 million.
Yeah.
You need to just start having the conversation.
Yeah, you need to have the conversation, but you also need to find someone you trust.
Yes.
There's so many financial advisors out there, and you could go into a branch and you just don't connect with the right person. Go talk to another one. Right? It's not a one-take opportunity. It is finding someone that has an expertise that I really relate to, that understands me and my situation, and I can call him and get a trusted piece of advice.
Thank you so much. I know we had a limited amount of time, but you're being able to pivot through all these things, you showing the hard work you've put in, and now you being one of the people that are going to keep educating people on how not to make mistakes, create wealth, no matter how much you have.
Look, when I was a football player, I was fortunate to be an example for young boys that wanted to play in the National Football League, and I tried to carry myself the right way. Now, as an entrepreneur, it's no different. I'm a public face in so many ways, and I'm trying to do great things entrepreneurial, and if I can be that example in this new career as well, it's absolutely what I'm on this planet to do.
Well, I love it. We can always right now say that we haven't had generational wealth in the African-American community. There wasn't a lot of that. There's no excuses now. Building generational wealth starts today with JPMorgan Wealth Management, with you, with myself here as an example. There's no excuses now. The information is right there, and thank God you took the stage with me.
I appreciate you, Damon.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.